raged through all Avantasia. The alliance of humans, elves, and dwarves fought against adversary. The war had devastated the country for years upon years, and yet no one gained the advantage. In that time of deepest despair, that an old archaeologist uncovered the location of the artifact of divine fate. The artifact could fulfill every wish, and thus decide the war, for one side or the other. Led by Warlock Munkus, son of Archwitch Mortroga, the Shadows hunted for the artifact. And they would have reached it first, were it not for a group of heroes who stood against them. Wilbur, the young gnome who was the first of his clan to become a mage. Ivo, the courageous elven princess from the Woodland Realm. And the Critter, a hairy creature from the Northlands, companion of the most brilliant of the heroes, Nate Bonnet, who was supposed to spend the rest of his life at the side of an elven princess, who deserved a kingdom and all the riches in the world, who should stop wasting time talking about himself in the third person. Ah! Good, good, this is good. Although the ground is still getting closer. Part of the jetty. At least some of it survived the explosion. If I'm lucky, this will go all the way up to the island. But somehow I really doubt it will.
Hi, Nate. How's it going?
Good. For now. Could it be that your spell didn't quite work out the way you planned?
I did tell you there were certain risks involved.
Risks? What risks?
Now, Jinn magic is a complicated affair. It's difficult to get the dose right, and when one hasn't done magic for a while, things can go a little bit wrong.
Like you killing me, for example?
Not intentionally.
I could use some help here, Benny.
Well, you did see what happened last time I cast a spell.
Time to make up for it, then. Now shake a leg.
Oh, I don't know. I might just end up making everything worse.
Let me see. I'm accompanying tons of boulders in a plummet to certain painful death. My death. So just how do you think you could make things any worse?
Worse? I could set the air on fire, or it could start smelling very bad.
Can't you just stop time? Or wings! Give me wings! How about that?
Oh, this is all terribly complicated. I really don't feel up to it today, Nate.
Benny!
Perhaps tomorrow? I really do need to think through what's happened today properly.
You get me out of the mess you got us into right now!
Please don't yell at me! I just can't take it anymore!
Benny! Ah! State he's in, we can forget about miracles. I gotta find something easy, something even he thinks he can do. A flying carpet. Is that too much to ask?
I'm not talking to you.
Why you... I'm sorry I criticized your work, Benny.
And?
And that I shook your lamp. And everything else. You meant well.
Well, all right then. I forgive you. What can I do for you?
Carpet!
A flying carpet. Shouldn't be too hard. Should I really dare? Am I really up to it?
Yes! What the heck? What happened here? No!
Welcome, Adventurer. I am the tutorial, guardian of gameplay, explainer of controls.
Use the left stick to move the character.
Well done.
If you walk up to an object, context-sensitive actions will be displayed. Walk up to that big lever and press X.
The robot has used the lever, as this seemed logical to him.
Now press circle so that the robot looks at the lever rather than uses it.
Excellent. The robot thinks the lever is working.
But if that's so, then where is the problem? That hatch over there, walk up to it and press X.
The little chap seems to think there are advanced engine mechanics hidden behind there. Perhaps that's where the problem is.
Press X again next to the hatch. The first time you press X will allow you to look, the second to use.
Why? Because after a player character has looked at something, the most logical thing to do next is use it.
It's quite simple. Press circle when you want to look at something, press X in order to do whatever that character thinks is the next most sensible move. Is the machine working again? Walk up to the lever and press X.
Appears to be a new problem. Better take a closer look at the engine.
That wasn't very helpful. Please pick up both gears by pressing X. If you can reach several objects from one position, you can use the right stick to select the one you want to interact with.
Great work. Items you pick up will go into your inventory.
You open and close your inventory by pressing triangle. To use an inventory item, select it with X and then select the object that you want it to be used with.
Use one of the gears in your inventory with the engine of the town model. Excellent. Now the second gear. Perfect. You'd better oil the engine before you switch the machine back on again. That should do it. Time to crank it up. Examine objects in the inventory in more detail. Pick up the damaged figure and the toolbox.
Then open the inventory with triangle and press circle in order to examine the toolbox.
Great! You found a few items in the toolbox.
You can use these items on each other by initially selecting the first object with X and then using it on the second object again with X.
Try to repair the figure in the inventory. Well done. Now place the figure back in its rightful place on the balcony of the castle and start the machine.
One last thing before I go. If you press square, all interesting objects in the scene will be displayed.
Good luck with your adventures in the Book of Unwritten Tales 2.
I'm worried about you. Oh, Mother. What's wrong with you?
Everything's fine.
No, you don't look well at all. Positively rotund. It is unseemly for an elf princess to cope with her frustrations by comfort eating. If you carry on like this, you won't fit into your wedding dress.
I don't have any intentions of marrying anytime soon.
Oh, darling, we've been through that already. Prince Lalilos is going to be arriving next week. You will like him. He's charming and... Look, he sent us a picture of himself and his sister.
Which of the two is the sister?
The elf nobility, unfortunately, has not got any unshaven Neanderthals to offer. You'll just have to get used to that.
I don't have the slightest interest in that person. Not anymore.
You are at the heart of the Elf Kingdom, in the castle of your family where you belong. No one here should be sad, tired, or fat. I only want what's best for you, Ivo.
Did you see that? She's locked me in. Yes, only what's best for me. She always says that. Have you seen this prince? A vain river elf who's only interested in topping up his tan. I'm to spend hundreds of years in the company of someone I don't love? Huh, not me. And how? She will try anything and everything. Nothing's more important to her than getting me married off. Ugh. When I was out there with the humans, it was the first time that I had the feeling I could determine my own destiny. Yes, it was dangerous. Doesn't that go with the territory? A life without risk, that is so... Oh, you don't understand. If I could, I would go right now. You want to stop me? Just like last time. I didn't want to tell Mother, but I've not been feeling too well lately, Cheap. I'd say the same thing, but we elves hardly ever get ill. Yeah, you've got a point there. I spent almost a year in the human world and they have some very strange ideas about personal hygiene. Well, I thought perhaps it's a curse. Oh, no, you won't. I'll take care of it myself. Mother would make a state occasion out of it. I don't know either, but I'm sure there's a medical book down in the library. No, rest is not what I need just now. I'll go down to the library and look up what's wrong with me, completely alone, just like a grown-up elf. I'm not going to be stopped, neither by locked doors nor by you. A beautiful red flower. It was only put here a few days ago. Sometimes Mother orders a new plant that looks nice in my room. And then it's replaced and planted in the garden. The times when the others were here in the elf burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces and trying to make me laugh. Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot. I had my birthday during the few weeks that we spent living together here in the elf burrow. That was a big deal for Wilbur. He couldn't understand that the significance of birthdays tends to fade after a few hundred years. He insisted on making me a present. He sat in the corner for days knitting me this hat with his little gnarled fingers. Mother's locked me in, as if I was 200 again. Since I secretly escaped from the elf burrow last year, she's taken to guarding me closer than ever before. My jewellery box serves as a podium for the vertically challenged narcissist. Could you please move aside? I want to get into my jewellery box. He doesn't listen to me anymore since I almost caused him to be roasted by fireballs, decapitated by swords and eaten by monsters. Mother has permitted him to disregard any of my orders that go against her wishes. His interpretation of this can be liberal. Cheep Cheep likes to look at his reflection. He strikes a pose and then tries to impress himself with it, and succeeds most of the time. I've been sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long. I've never been ill, but something isn't right. I hope I'll find the answer in the library. Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund. Fresh water from the Spring Brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides for the whole valley. People come from far and wide to drink it. An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head. A guard with a spear and shield, and like all elven figures, immaculate. We have many exotic plants here in the palace, but sunflowers are my favourite. Apologies, I need a few of your seeds. I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like. Now I know, and I think I miss it. Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity. So far, I've managed to frighten off every candidate I've seen much suffering, much evil and unkind. Here in the Elf Burrow, everything is so... I've still got some seeds and shouldn't take... Hey Cheep, you hungry? Fancy some delicious sunflower seeds? You want the seeds? I want to get out of this. I know that royal servants... Huh. It may not be befitting of a princess. I'm just doing my morning exercises. I wasn't... Of course, I could just ignore him and climb down in... He would, however, make a beeline. Cheep Cheep survived our pup. He told everyone for months. Hey, Cheep. Most birds love a mirror because they believe you just love. I would be a bit less. See you later. Yes, of course I'll. If I'm to get out of this room, I'll have to. Oh, Cheep Cheep can't be bribed. I'll have to try something different. When Nate and the others lived here, I don't know why, but I know and Cheep Cheep was ordered. It may not be Oh, there is more than one kind of stretch exercise, you know. Perhaps you'd like to train with me. No chance. I can't. One can almost see the edge of the wood through. Mother would never forgive me. Hey, Cheep Cheep, I only need... Oh, he's not budging. Wilbur didn't know that. Mother looked at... Cheep Cheep, would it be possible for you to stop admiring yourself for 2 seconds and move over to stuffing your beak instead? Don't say I never look after you. Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings and necklaces. All the stuff I have to wear at official functions. If it were up to Mother, I would have trunkfuls of this stuff, and a wing of the castle would be my wardrobe. She just can't understand why Pa and I aren't into this sort of thing. I don't know how, but he always... Perhaps it's a sixth sense. Not while cheap. Hey, Cheap. Oh. Well, sooner or... I'm not horrible. See you later. Yes, of course. It's an age-old game. I hide his mirror and he pretends that he doesn't care. It's an age-old game. I hide his mirror and he pretends that he doesn't care. Withdrawal symptoms. A contented fat blue bird and his reflection. I don't know how, but he all... Perhaps... Not while Cheap. The plant would survive, I'm... I just need the music box a minute. You don't need to turn your head away from your beautiful reflection for 1 second. Come on. He's gone to sleep. It got dark and he's simply... No matter. I can now enjoy a few moments of peace. Let's go. As expected, no one here. My parents are in the throne room ruling the lands. Or rather, Mother is. A fairly small, unattractive tree.
Huh! I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the pot in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what could I do for you, my little beauty?
Mother put me on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She'd be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the Queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade. Spade, gardener. Get it?
The garden all...
Thank you. It's a girt load of work. People always think elf gardens are...
You have got green fig...
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around...
You and Father.
Ah, no one... But I don't often ask him for help. Think...
He's just...
Ah, the mud on your feet. The smell of fresh earth.
Nowhere are the trees so green and healthy as...
The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? Hey, Rex. Do you... Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing...
What are you up to today, then?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elfborough, but the flowers need the...
Ah,
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right.
time passes differently in the Elfborough.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather and the...
I have to get...
Yep, got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that. Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or...
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father.
If you're going in...
Oh, you... My lips...
It doesn't look very well at all. It's... Normally they blossom in our good earth. Not to mention the power of... A lovely spot, so long as the bee... Mother thought it was unseemly of the bee. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be... I don't have any time to rest, and... This is Mother's mirror. It's said that you can see... At the moment, it's no more than... I don't know the names of all the plants in the garden. Grandmother knows them all, which is probably down to the fact... Shite beerwood. A handy... Arbor's pot. There's only a little water left in the bird bath. I, however, think that the constant need to... There are reeds and water lilies growing in... I can't think of any use for a... There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground. The spring brook emerges up there. It's still small. That's a weeping willow. That lead, Mother will be conducting the... Swords of all the idiots who have tried to... It's become less frequent over the last... This flower clearly is what... It comes from a country... It's said that the flower of this plant... There's a selection of cubes here. For a while it... The biggest plant book of Avantasia, a standard reference book that Arbor always used to consult. Perhaps I can help Arbor solve the... Giant beans, also known as magic beans, are... Because of the beans' high costs, they are almost exclusive... Killer tomatoes are the most devious of the meat-eating plants. The tree of wrath bears fruit several times a year. These great steel magnolias look like normal magnolias. They can be softened using tragic women's stories and subsequent guard plants, Vigilia audriensis. They have been especially valued in times of famine as they do not require as much food as, for instance, dogs. They can sometimes... The wood of intelligent apple trees is often used for the equally intelligent. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be Mandrake should only be cultivated by experienced gardeners. This plant reminds Love Lily. The love lily enters into an enduring relationship with another plant very early in its life, which frequently lasts its lifetime. If the partner plant dies, a present from one of the strange folk up there. The men climb. I think it's some goldsmithing, masonry. Like all books in this library, those elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, working with wood. He carves animal figures so real that this one's more about playing the wood down by a pixie's. Several books. And what's this? I haven't really got the time to sit and read it. There must be a medical. A great example of the variety. Some of the ideas A few years ago, this dragon was causing a whole lot of 40 brave warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. The strange thing was that a bit later... What have we got? Aha! Ah! Almanac of Elf Medicine.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
Ill elf?
Take it easy.
Young one.
And you...
I do?
No, of course not. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back...
I haven't been feeling too... I know that elves are very seldom ill.
Seldom. Elves can, for instance...
Oh, please.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princes.
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be...
Like what?
To be completely certain.
Are you serious?
Very.
Are you actually quite...
I am a magical medicine book that...
I've never...
Of course not. In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk.
You would probably give...
Right, as I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone.
Yeah, we elves don't.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for...
We don't have much use for books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the...
What do you...
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed and adapted. And who can prove otherwise?
I demand...
Sometimes... A placebo only works. Make the potion and then...
And if it's...
Have you been bit...
No?
Then it... No, I'm pretty sure it's something else.
All right.
It is... You need to pound together the green fruit of a metis bush.
Oh...
It's medicine,
And if I drink it...
We will then...
This...
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book.
A red herring?
Of course. Red herrings are their uses in the areas...
All right, so I've got... What are the...
The green... You have...
Thank you.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consult. You are only a...
The medicine book is a bad-tempered, grumpy old trout. Opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open. Pearl, good night. This flower was given to us by... I bet they belong... Water's the easiest ingredient. That should do it. The medicine book reckoned that it... It's a start, but there are still... And that's the sound of cheese. I really shouldn't. I should tell Mother how her daughter... Hiya.
Oh!
I think I know the...
No.
That's exactly the problem. Love lilies and...
Then they let their... But the fairies know their plans. They'd never have given us a love lily without...
Look,
Woodcraft!
I thought it might...
I don't like...
Horror story.
Wood that has been clamped into a revolving monster.
Sorry.
Branches sawed off. Boards...
I've got a...
And?
Yeah. Look, do you know this flower?
Ha ha ha! You did well, girl.
It would appear so.
You snivelling, girl? You all right?
No. Yes. I don't know.
Well then, I think I've earned myself a little rest now.
That's Arbor's little spade. He always leaves us... Isn't that just lovely? You're having a...
What can I do?
I just need...
Of course.
You shouldn't...
Mm-hmm.
It's not help.
No lungs? Nope.
Don't you think it's a bit weird?
Yeah, I know. Don't tell no one, no.
Do you sometimes...
Arr.
And...
Well, if you're
Me? And Mother's scared that something might happen to...
Well, of course. And what's it called? Life. You fall over, you get... Well, how can one enjoy...
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then...
Ill?
But...
Oh.
Do we have a medicine?
That bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Pardon?
The Metis bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit.
Ah, and the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of.
That's...
What was that with the metas? What was...
If the bush gets scared, feels...
Do you know...
Try the...
I prefer... Would that be high...
Oh, I'd be careful with that.
Couldn't they be distracted?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use... But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep their honey and they pollinate my flowers. That's how we've always...
I often... often...
Of course. What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd...
Why?
Thanks.
Well, everything needs to...
There's something... about... There's some... I have to get... Do you need a couple of big fat ones?
No thanks.
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out. The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line. If it were possible to hit fish with stone... No fish in here. I don't have a clue about fishing. Just as I expected, nothing. On the other hand, somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing. I guess that I can just practice until I'm good enough. Or I could try to speed things up by learning more about fishing elsewhere. At last. Now I can tick the red herring off my list. The smoke from Arbor's pipe seems to be calming the bees. This is my chance.
Hey now, you all right there?
Sorry, had to do it.
Well, I'm not happy about this destruction of nature. Not unless I get half of that there honey.
I don't need any more. The rest is for you.
Oh, that'd be good stuff. But that's enough. The bees need a bit too.
Would you like a pipe?
No, and I would be most cheered if you didn't decapitate.
Oh. This is a meta, only it's fruited. A handy smooth stone, Arbor's sheepdog. A book about woodcrafts, sanding, cutting, hammering, all that sort of stuff. A good solid fishing rod. Nothing special, but I should be able to catch something with it. The worms are happy and fat. The earth in the bonsai pot seems to have done them good. A classic red herring, a prize specimen. Hi.
Well,
We have a lettuce bush in the garden.
those will be useless. Red lettuce fruit.
Thank you for your...
That...
Thanks for the sacrifice, little fish. Yes, the stone could be quite a useful pestle. First, I need all the contents in a bowl. Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me off to a proper elf prince. So far, I've managed to frighten off every cat. I don't really know much about reeds or... About 1 spoon of honey. Arbor's little spade. Mustn't... A handy smooth stone. Arbor's sheepdog. They're sparkling and glinting in the sunshine. They could actually come in... That looks promising. I have bait and spoon bait on the fishing line. That's as good as it gets. I have bait and... No fish in here. I've got what I need, but this is so much fun. And perhaps I'll have a bit of luck catching other interesting things in the pond. Pity. Oh. A classic. I'll only give it back when I don't need it anymore. Mother pours water from various... She did this almost ever since the mirror... This is Mother's mirror. At the moment, it... The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success. I always hang one onto the hook before I... The worms provide a great lure and should... I always... A handy smooth stone. I want... Helmets with horns. It's said that a ruler in the... Unfortunate. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself a throne out of all the swords of conquered enemy. Unfortunately, he died after... Each cube... Perhaps... I already know it. Sometimes they... Hi.
Where?
What a...
The green fruit of a metas. You have to put everything...
Thank you.
That...
Why do so many people hate... Now that explains why this flower is classified as a weapon in 24 countries.
Very... Oh, how old are you?
You're having a good...
What?
I have to...
Are...
If the bush had a heart, it would have skipped a few beats. Thanks. There's only a little... Oh. No more water in the jug. Oh, that fruit smells really sour. I'm pretty sure that there's never been anything so utterly revolting concocted in the elf burrow ever. Oh, I hope this is some kind of joke. I don't know much, but I do know that I'm not going to drink this potion until I've had another chat to the medicine book about it. I need to know which disease this potion's meant to be good for. I have bait and spoon. Hi.
Well,
The potion's ready, but
Hume.
cheap, I'm so... Yes, I know, but... This, Well, I did tell you that I wasn't feeling well.
She has to drink it, the sour metis fruit.
It's not like I doubt your medical knowledge.
If you want to know what is wrong,
Or...
it is That's right, down to the last drop.
In actual fact, it's quite tasty.
Congratulations, Ivo. You are pregnant.
No. That is completely impossible. You must be wrong. Surely it's a misdiagnosis.
You are an elf and say that potion is quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that. That's raging hormones talking.
I don't have any hormones. Cheat, no. No, the book has made a mistake. I cannot. I've never stood in the divine water with Nate on Midsummer's Night singing the Song of Life. Why? They do what?
Elves and humans can have children together, but it's not...
You see? We never had sex.
But the diagnosis...
Let's just pretend that I am pregnant.
If we discount, which would certainly... then that leaves us with... Did you, perhaps, make some kind of pact with a goblin?
No.
Has a god in the guise of a...
No.
have any star?
No.
Then that just...
I wish it was so cheap, but my feeling is that the book... One thing's certain. I don't know either. Oh... I'm not sure how, and as all other possibilities... That... No, of course I didn't mean it. That sounds... totally obvious what we need to do now. He's the wisest magician in the realm of man. Oh, no, you don't. You remember who was meant to be looking after me so that nothing happens to me. Alistair's sure to have the answer. Only, how are we... Oh, yeah, saying fly is... No, we need a fast mode of... Their longbows can take out a fly's eye at 400 metres. And they will shoot if... You don't buy any... That's exactly the problem. Mother chooses a new password every single... Oh, why don't you know the pass... Hey, know-it-all. Mother's mirror. It knows more than you. It must know the password. If we work as a team, we should be... After all, if it is a curse, then I'm the victim. Well, yes, I know that. She'll blame... But it's best for us to have some answers rather than just... Transport and the password. Let's go. That's just what I need. I don't know how Cheep Cheep escaped the music box. I'm going to have to take a few more of your seeds, but I promise this is the last time. Right then. If I do succeed in this, do I have the right? He should really have the choice of... Why not? Perhaps... It works. One of the symbols is glowing. An all-knowing mirror. The only question is how to cast a spell over the mirror. You're having...
What can...
Tell me, you...
Oh, don't know. The bees pollinate the flowers. Very simple. But elves, humans and dwarves...
Yeah. And also our...
I know.
Arbor, I'm going to have...
Arr. But one has to do what...
Oh, thank you, Arbor.
Oh, just don't you go staying away.
Of course. In the outside world, we elves age like humans. That's why most...
Quite right.
I have to get on.
Arr.
I don't know what I could ask him right now. I don't know... I wonder... They're the same ones as the collar. Nothing for it.
Ivo, I thought that we'd agreed that you would stay in your room.
I'm no longer a little...
No. Did you trick Cheep Cheep and then climb over the back?
I just left... You said yourself I've put on a few pounds.
Where?
I can't keep asking myself what to do with my...
And if you train diligently, of course, I would love to help. A kind of...
An epidemic?
It's strange. What? The situation isn't clear. Do you remember the story of the Nothing?
Of course.
This time...
An epidemic in Seastone. Is it wise for me and it to go there? On the other hand, Wilbur... Perhaps I can help them to fight the epidemic. This symbol's on the bottom of the mirror bowl in the garden. No, I can blame Mother. On the contrary, she does the same work as 3 people. Mother?
Yeah.
Those symbols on the columns.
First, your insights concerning your wedding. The 3 symbols depict the 3 different forms that water that falls from the sky, water that springs, and water that is bathed by moon.
Oh. What's all the...
Not if it bubbles out of a spring, then it is spring water. The voice of water.
And if
Then you can create water. But it's not as... Rain is water from the sky, but as soon as... You aren't really fat, my darling.
do I have...
No one is perfect. Once you are dissatisfied...
Why do you want...
Because I think...
And if I...
Then you will...
Why can't...
And what happens if you don't fall in love? Don't be...
Do you know...
Duh. It's a matter...
How hard would it be for us to actually...
If Alistair needs my advice...
But...
I'm not...
That stuff...
Of course.
Could I take...
It is holy water. What do you need it?
I'd like... Well...
What do you...
Oh... About...
What do you...
I'm thirsty.
Well, this water...
About...
What do you...
I need... Well, the moon water's a... I didn't want to trouble you with this.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a vessel? May the Moonwell water give you the help you need to become more beautiful, just as it has always helped me.
See...
Don't pull a face.
The symbol... Pa doesn't like getting up early. He always says he needs... Hey, Pa, the day starts...
What? Oh, Ivo.
I'm your own...
Oh, that I had 100.
In light...
The striped cat dancing the Haramang.
She locked me up like...
Have you...
She stuck...
She...
And she owned... How can it be best for me?
She believes that this will help prepare you for the life that awaits you.
I'd just like to decide for myself.
I know. Your mother just doesn't understand that, because she never...
I need to tell you something, Father, but I'm not sure how.
You shouldn't worry too much. It's not good for the baby.
You know.
Has a zebra got stripes?
How can it have happened? Why?
I don't know.
It is. Oh,
Then look,
how can you...
because I know that...
And if...
Then it is not...
If you don't know what the pregnancy's all...
The fact that I don't know means that... And if something does not come... No one knows...
We agree?
Like snail. Only...
I know. Doesn't Mother's way of doing...
Matt,
Then why do...
does the GNU talk of spring? I love her. And if she doesn't change, then I will... I love you both.
Mother... Is that your...
All I...
Ha-ha! Oh.
You are an elf, Prince. It's just when and who.
I wish you could...
I fear her faith in your taste of men has been shaken a little since... She wants to prevent your heart being broken.
Pa, would you have used the artifact of divine faith?
I think that too much...
But you have great powers, and you've...
I could have cured diseased woodlands with the art. Then I might have chased away the lumberjacks.
I could have helped a lot of humans.
Things take time, Ivo.
In light...
What deep in bring...
That... I've got...
Goodbye.
See you later. Mother?
Yeah.
When you married...
I fell in love with him instantly.
And if you hadn't loved him,
Then I would have married him anyway. It is...
whether she...
You didn't want to go to school either. Please.
See you later.
Don't pull a face like...
Right, now water that has been bathed in moonshine. That must mean the water that's come from the moon well. Aha! That's got the second symbol to glow. Water that's fallen from the sky. Water that's been bathed by moonshine. 2 symbols are glowing, only one to go. Water that's 2 symbols are... Water that spilled from the earth. That's what this symbol means, according to Mother. And she knows what she's talking. The symbol... The droplet signal... I'll leave this magic... You're having a...
What?
I need a special...
A special...
Arbor, please help. I need water.
There, the water... As much...
Oh, it's not that simple. That water's changed.
You elves always like the... You got a container. There you go. And don't start telling me that this is some kind of...
Should work. I have to get...
That I won't.
Let's hope that Arbor's donation of water... It hasn't really spilled from the earth, but... Now all the symbols are glowing. Hello? Are you there?
I'm always there.
Are you really...
No, but it sounds better than I...
Why am I...
You are...
Should you not know that? I'm asking you...
Stupid romance. A woodland glad. Couldn't you and mate have done that?
Done what?
Oh, nothing.
There's talk of...
It is...
What is...
It's something that you...
Can you see...
Stories repeat themselves. Other places, other participants...
I need today's password for the...
Of course. Your mother told the commander of the guards...
Can I have it?
Absolutely. I want to see how...
Which of...
They wouldn't be...
By any chance, is the password... Melon? Stories repeat themselves. I cast a spell over you.
You have...
I'm
the almost...
I did summon you, but I don't really know anything
No, the water... I see what happens in front of mirrors.
Oh. So you live on the...
I can look through any reflective...
You do close your eyes. Yes, understood. But if someone's...
I can see into the...
You saw me giving an imaginary...
I can...
And Mother and...
I wouldn't exactly describe it as asking. They want me to give them information, and if I...
So you help...
That... Do I have an interest in supporting either one or...
So you'd pour oil...
I could, but mostly I restrict myself. I can't abide when things come to a standstill.
Thanks for that.
Yes, but we will see.
You mean to say you?
Yes, but I didn't mean that.
Really?
Yes, you will want to. That's
Where will I find?
in a flying town, in a house with no. Till then, Princess Ivo of the Woodland Realm.
But I know everything I need to know. When I use it at the... And by the time they find out they've been duped... Hi.
Well,
You were in...
indeed, somewhat.
Oh, come...
I could tell you they could burn me, or
How to...
they are very similar to human pregnancy. You are presumably in the 6th month.
And if I go into the world of humans to talk to the Archmage...
Then you're pregnant. The consequences are difficult to predict. I am not aware of an...
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. If everything goes to plan, then I'll be back in a couple of days and we'll know what's happened.
That would be advisable. It does not take a lot of imagination to work out.
Thank you for your...
That's what...
Hey, Cheap. Think, Cheap Cheap. You've got an idea? A flight magazine? You've taken out a Yeah. Hippogriff stud Aculeus in the Blue Mountains. A hippogriff? But the Blue Mountains aren't close. A pot of gold. Yes, I... Do you think I could play the princess card and ask... Yeah, you're right. Do you think I could... Yeah. I'm really sorry about that business. Are we friends? Good. Sometimes I wish I'd kept the art. Well, an object that would... Yes, I know, too much power for one person. That's why Archmage... This sex that you spoke about... I know that I'm an elf prince... Oh, I will... I've got... I can imagine we will get... I'll be back... Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, so far I've managed to frighten off... The plant would survive, I'm... Pa?
Yes.
Enlighten...
The moth denied anger.
I've got...
Goodbye.
See you later. I'll leave her. This man... When Nate saw the well for the first time, he started blabbering something about... That was the point at which Mother made... to need a pot of gold and you...
If I be the Sultan of the Three...
Okay, seriously.
Just like...
I have to get up.
That...
Since Nate... So... I've got sun... I can imagine we will get... Do you think I could play the princess card and ask the stud to loan us a hippogriff? Yeah, you're right. They'd blab to every... I'll be back soon, Cheap. It's said that a ruler... Unfortunately... I wish there was something to indicate that the book was wrong. I'm pregnant. I just... No, Cheap can be quite annoying. Hey, Cheap. Do you want a few worms? Yes. Cheap is a vegetarian and a gourmand. Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me off to a proper elf. So far, I've managed to The worms provide a great lure and should increase my... A friendly gift from... I'll only give it... I don't know what I... Pity. A classic. The waterfall and I have been neighbours for so long that I... Since Nate left without saying something. I wonder if trees regard a carp. One can easily fell a tree with the help of a slish slash. After this, the smaller branches in the bark are removed from the trunk using Wow, I feel a bit dirty. It'll be all right. You'll see. The only thing I can say in my Hey, there's a rainbow. Since the willow's branches are hanging down for some... Nate once said that rainbows never touch the earth. Let's see. Hey, since the willow's branches are... Let's... I don't know what... Arbor's little spade. I'll only give it... Nate once said, let's... There appears to be an amazing... I wonder if... Simply... Hey, do you think I... Yeah. I'll be back. Empty. A friendly gift from... Cheep Cheep does...